Alright, I've been trying to do this for like. Hello, Brock. I've been trying to do this for a minute now, but this dog is being needy. Yes, you are. You're being needy. And is now using me as a pillow. So, I'm going to try, but if I get distracted, blame Fluffball. Anyway, so I want to talk more 40k. I'm probably just going to end up turning this into a 40k channel, to be honest, because that's mostly what I want to talk about. So, obviously, I did the video the other day about the Primarchs and the order I think they will return in. So, I'm sort of going to bounce off that a little and talk about what other characters I want to see get some focus in this edition. So, first off, Imhotech. Do something with the Stormlord. He's easily the coolest Necron character. Trajan's hilarious, but Imhotech is just fucking cool. So, do something with him. Yeah. Hell, I'd take a book. I'm just saying. Like, also, he needs a model. So, that. Also, Eldrad. What is Eldrad doing? He's over there. He's the only, like, Eldar character outside of the fucking Phoenix Lords that we've got. He's doing something. What is he doing? Have him fight Abaddon or Fastor or whatever, since they're in the webway now. Also, Kigarak. Because I imagine whatever Fastor's after, there's two places it could be in the webway that we know of. And obviously the option free is it's somewhere we've never heard of in the webway before now, but, well, for the sake of predictions, it's either in Kamarog, which means death to the Dark Eldar, death to it, which I wouldn't be mad at. Just putting that out there. There are too many of the goddamn Eldar. There are too many fucking pointy ears in space anyway. Or it's in the Black Library. I think the Black Library option is a much more interesting one, personally. Because it means Chaos versus Harlequins. And I think that is interesting. Also, Kigarak. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and I'm not going with my usual method of just calling him the Laughing God and being done with it. As for what else, because I just spent a minute talking about the webway, I really want to see some progression with Tau, Shadow, Sun, and Farsight. They both got new models in the last couple editions. Let's, do something with it now. Especially they seem to be saying up that Shadow Sun might defect at some point. Also, Huron. Huron need to do something. So does Luthor. The Lion's back. Luthor needs to do something now. Huron, he needs a model. And in order for him to get a model, he needs to do something in the lore. So, Huron should do something. Ideally, renew his attack on Chigoris. But who knows with Huron? I really want to see the Dark Angels get a lot of focus because the Lion's back, and I really want to like focus in and see the different reactions of the Dark Angels, like Azrael, Belial. All of them. You know, just all of them should have something done. Same thing to Blood Angels. I would love to see Dante's reaction to the lion in more depth. And sort of him comparing the Primarchs, essentially, since he met Guilliman too. He can be like, we can kind of see from someone who knows both of them point of view, someone who's met both points of view, how they differ. I'd also love to see more Gabriel Seth, since I'm assuming the Flesh Tearers are around somewhere, helping out in whatever it is they do. So I want to see more Gabriel Seth focus, because they were setting something up with him and then they dropped it. But who knows? Ideally, Kato Sicarius should do something, i.e. cross the Rubicon, because that would finish up my Ultramarines army nicely. I would love to see Space Wolf get some focus, but I don't think they will till 11th edition. I'd also really like for possibly Grey Knights to get something. And I think that's becoming more likely as time goes on. Because with Dolores setting up the Inquisition, he's going to make a move. He's going to start moving in force. It seems like the Grey Knight might be gaining some attention, which would be nice. Primaris Grey Knights, I wouldn't be mad at that. Hell, I might even start collecting Grey Knights if that's the case. Death Watch could do the same thing. Again, with the Inquisition moving and all that. Sisters of Battle, they've already had their focus in the last 2 editions. I don't think they need more, though I wouldn't be mad at another character comes into it. Trazyn would be nice to see something with. Again, he needs a model in plastic, please. To be fair, you could say that about a lot of Necron characters, but I really want Trazyn and Imhotep to get models for any of the others. The others, Orokin the Diviner, all that, I don't give a fuck. They can do whatever. I just want those two. I really hope the Tyrannid, it doesn't just evolve into Tyranids versus Imperium. Let the Tyranids be Tyranids versus everyone. Let the Inari do something again, since they're there. You can't just ignore them forever and hope people will forget they exist. Eventually, you do have to do something with them, whether I like them or not. I've said this before. People are saying the Tyranids are going to get Terra. I don't think that happens in this edition. I see that as a storyline that GW is going to stretch the fuck out. Because that feels like the end time scenario for 40k. Or at least something very close to it. Mind you, it does feel like we're progressing in that direction very fucking quickly, but I think we probably have a few more editions before we need to pull that trigger. So, Let's wait on that a little longer, okay? And I still hold we're going to see Fulgrim, we're going to see Leman Russ at the end of 10th. That's. I hold on to that firmly. So do with that information what you will. I also really want Angron to get something else to do. Obviously, he's a Primarch, so he's probably going to be the focus of a lot of attention going forward. And since Angron essentially can respawn very quickly, I meant Angron going to become the go-to beat stick for loyalists to kick the shit out of. He's going to become the new Avatar of Kain. Gazgul, do something with him. For the love of God, do something with Gazgul. Have him go after Angron. Something. Again, and then there's the whole plot line with the Night Lords going after an Eldar craft world. Maybe do something with that. Maybe. Just putting that one out there. Also, Call. Can we get an update on what the fuck he's doing? Yes? Maybe? Just something? Also, Guilliman versus the Silent King. I want to see that sooner rather than later, please. That's more confrontation than a fight, by the way, because the Silent King would whop Guilliman in a fight. Guilliman is. That's not the same level. Guilliman is not on the Silent King's level. The Silent King is Emperor tier, not Primarch tier. There's a difference. I hope thinking about now, I hope the Emperor Children is earlier than I'm expecting it to be, because I feel like the World Eaters got shafted a bit by being the last codex. I kind of feel like the World Eaters got shafted. So that's a thing to think about too. Maybe make the Emperor Children a bit earlier. Maybe. Of course, whoever the last codex is always going to get a bit shafted by the fact that they move fast. They're never going to stop releasing shit. That's the problem. GW can't stop their company. Gotta keep that gravy train a rolling, baby. Also, just as a lore point, there are too many fucking characters in some factions and not enough in others. Can we bounce things out a bit, please? Kill a few Dark Angels. Kill a few Space Wolves. Kill a couple of Necrons off, because they have too many of the fuckers. And add more to things like the Tau and AdMech and Sisters of Battle. Because they don't have enough. And Imperial Guard, since you took away Yarick. Why are you taking away from the Guard? They didn't have that many to begin with. Anyway. That rant aside. I really hope that Lord Solar they introduced does something. Because they went through all the trouble of introducing him. They killed off Yorick. So, you know, he better do something worth a damn. Is there anything else worth talking about in current? I've said before, I really hope Vastor is sort of built up as he's the new big bad for a while in terms of Chaos. He's the new top dog on Chaos. Abaddon is now a bitch, is officially now a bitch boy. And we can carry on with that understanding. Um, I would really like the Lion to hopefully fight Fulgrim, but I think that's an 11th edition thing, possibly. I think that's a thing for his books, like the Lion versus Fulgrim is the build up for his book trilogy they're obviously going to do. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Ta ta.